Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCraft. Another very beautiful Saturday morning, and once again we are back with the predictions right on this very channel. Always what we do. We look at football games that are happening across the globe, and looking at the statistics as well. Making our valid and before bringing it forward for you. All right, that's what we do on BetCraft, and we saw how we fared yesterday. We were very good yesterday with our big odds yesterday. All of them playing out just so well. Aside Romania, we saw the likes of Nigeria winning from away. That's a very big odd, almost two odds. And we saw the likes of Le Mans in French National also winning, and also the Welsh games coming out just the way we predicted it. And we saw Finland also beating Malta yesterday. So these are games that we had they're quite big odds, and all of them so success. I've always say, do not be afraid of the big odds. Try to explore this big odds and see how it goes. And today, in our games today, we also have big odds that we looked into, and in a short while, we'll be looking at these matches one after the other. But I want to ask the first for coming across our video for the first time, yet to subscribe. Take out time to hit the button right now so that you don't miss out on our wonderful games and our big odds games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. All right, this is Saturday special, and we're going to look into this game. Without further ado, let's head to the business of the day, and we'll be starting with the very first match of today. It is in the Dutch second division, where we have the Graafschap will be up against Maastricht. All right, looking at the recent games of the home side, the Graafschap, it is 5 victories in the last 6 matches and 1 loss. And away side, on the other hand, have had just 1 win and a draw, but have also lost 4 games out of the last 6 recent encounters for the away side. And when you look at how these two teams are performed from home and away perspective, you could see for the home side, the Graafschap home side have actually won 7 matches in the last 10 home games, and they've had 3 losses as well. But we could see that the last 3 home games that they have, sort of winning all 3. They're actually in fine form at the moment. And the away side, Maastricht have managed just 1 win and 2 draws in the last 10 away games, but have lost a whole lot of games, losing 7 matches out of the last 10 away games that they have so far. And on a head-to-head basis, you can also say that the last 2 meetings saw the Graafschap winning once. All right, the last 4 head-to-head meetings saw the Graafschap winning 3 times, and having 1 draw against Maastricht. The last meeting actually was in November of last year. We saw the playing at a 0-0 draw on that occasion, but the Graafschap played from home on that very day. But today, the Graafschap playing from home, and we'll be expecting to see a home win in this very one. Okay, home win. That's our value for that very encounter. All right, that takes us to the next for today. It is in Northern Ireland Premiership. We'll have Cliftonville will be up against the Carrick Rangers. All right, for Cliftonville, the home side, it is 2 victories and a draw in the last 6 games, but I've also had 3 losses out of those 6 matches that they have so far. And the west side, Carrick Rangers have managed to achieve 1 win and 2 draws, and losing 3 games also in the last 6 matches that they have so far. All right, when you look at how they fared on home and away basis, playing from home, we can see Cliftonville have managed to achieve 6 victories and 1 draw, but I've also lost 3 matches in the last 10 home games. All right, and the west side, Carrick Rangers winning once and having 3 draws, having 4 draws in the last away games, and losing 5 out of those 10 away games. As a matter of fact, the last 5 away games that they had, they lost it in a row. All of the 5 games sort of losing out. That tells you this is not a side that is in good form at the moment. And on head-to-head basis, you could see that the last time both teams met was Cliftonville, who achieved victory against this very side, winning by 3-0. That was in February of this very year, and we are hoping to see a repeat of this very victory for Cliftonville, who will be playing at home once again today. So we do expect a home win in this very one, and that will take us to the next for today. It is also in Northern Ireland, but in Northern Ireland Championship, we'll have Dundela, who will be facing Bangor. All right, Dundela in the last 6 managed to achieve 1 win, 2 draws, but have lost 3 matches, and Bangor, the away side, have won 3 games and 2 draws, but have also lost 1 out of the last 6 games that they have so far. All right, when you look at how they fared from home and away basis, you can see that playing from home, Dundela is a team that have actually won 5 matches in the last 10 home games, but have also lost 5 out of those. And you could see that Bangor, the away side, have achieved 5 victories in the last 10 away games and 2 draws, but have lost 3 matches out of those, 10 away games that they had. Or when you look closely at head-to-head, performance, you can see that how they fared on head-to-head. It is Bangor that actually been quite dominant of this very side, winning on several occasions against this very side, and but also quite prominent is the fact that the last 10 head-to-head meetings for both sides produced lots of goals in all 10 meetings. It is a meeting of two sides that score and concede goals as well, and we'll be expected to see lots of goals, just like in the last 10 meetings have seen over 2.5. We'll be expecting to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very one, over 2.5. That's our value for this very game. All right, and it takes us to the next game that we have for you. It is a game in Wales Feeders League, where we have Baglan Dragons who will be coming up against Taff Wales. All right, Dragons, the home side, have had 4 victories and 1 draw, and have also lost 1 match in the last 6 games. All right, Taff Wales have managed just a draw, but have also lost 5 games in the last 6 encounters. All right, when you look at how these two teams have performed on home and away basis, you could say playing from home, Baglan Dragons is the side that actually had 4 victories and 4 draws in the last 10 home matches, but have also lost just 2 games out of those 10 home matches. And away side, Taff Wales, it is very, very, very poor side, having just 2 draws in the last 10 away games, but have lost 8 matches out of those 10 away matches that they had so far. And when we look at how they fared on last time they met, it was Baglan Dragons who won from away against this very side. The last 3 head-to-head meetings saw Baglan Dragons dominating this very tie, winning on all 3. We'll be expecting to see the home side Baglan Dragons continues winning against this very side. So it is the home side to win. That's what we expect for that very game. Also in the Wales Feeders League, where we'll have Penrhyncoch who will be up against the Alexandra. All right, Penrhyncoch have been able to achieve 3 victories and 2 draws, but have lost 1 game in the last 6 recent encounters. And away side Alexandra, winning 2 matches and 1 draw, but have lost 3 games out of those 6 matches that they had in recent times. And when you look at how these two teams fared on home and away basis, you can see that the home side have actually been able to manage, achieve 5 victories and 2 draws in the last 10 home matches, but have also lost 3 games out of those 10 home games that they had. And the away side, on the other hand, Alexandra, the side have actually won 3 games and a draw, but have also lost 6 games in the last 10 away attempts. All right, and when you look at how these two teams fared on home and away basis, you can see that Penrhyncoch have actually been actually won the last head-to-head meetings, which was in November of last year. We saw Penrhyncoch winning from away by 2 goals to 1 on that very occasion, and Penrhyncoch played from away on that occasion, and in this one, Penrhyncoch is playing from home, and it's actually another very big order, and we'll be expected to see the home side winning in this very one. Home win, that's our value for that very game, and that will take us to the next, also in the Wales League, we'll have Newport City who will be up against the Carmarthen Town. All right, Newport City have had 4 victories and a draw, but have also lost 1 match in the last 6 games. And the away side, on the other hand, Carmarthen have had 3 victories and a draw, losing 2 games in the last 6 matches that they have so far. All right, looking at how they fared on home and away basis, you can see that Newport City have been able to achieve 3 victories and 2 draws, but have lost 5 matches. And the away side, on the other hand, 3 victories and 2 draws, losing 5 matches, from away in the last 10 away games. But also, when you look closely, you can see that home side, the last 6 home games that they had, produced lots of goals, high number of goals, and the away side 7 times out of 10 have seen over 2.5. When we put all that together, we'll be expecting to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Over 2.5, that's a verdict. All right, the last game that we have for you today is in Czech Republic, league, 3rd division, where we have Banik Sous who will be coming up against Ceska, the away side, and Banik, the home side, have had 4 victories and 2 losses out of the last 6 games that they had. And the away side, Ceska won 2 games and a draw, but have also lost 3 matches out of those. It represents 6 games. All right, when you look at how they fared from home and away basis, you could say that playing from home, the home side, Banik, have had 6 games. They won in the last 10 home matches and also 1 draw, but have lost 3 matches out of those last 10 home attempts, and away side on the other hand, Ceska winning just 1 and 2 draws, but have also lost 7 games out of the last 10 away matches. All right, and when we put all of that together, we know that the Banik is actually a team in fine form at the moment. Even though the last time Botis met saw Ceska winning by 2 goals to 1 from home, but Banik will play from home on this very occasion, and the last 2 times they played from home, they also won from home, and we'll be expecting to see the home side achieving victory against Ceska, the away side. So it is home win. That's what we expect for that very game, and that brings our predictions for you today on BetCraft to conclusion. Wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. Remember to also play responsibly. These are football matches. Sometimes may not always give you exactly what it presents. All right, that being said, tomorrow is another day, another one special day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions on that. On this very channel. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.